Good morning, Doug Levi here, Strategic Insurance Services. Glad to be bringing you this training this morning. Happy for this to go out to our team and others that are following this online. Heard a really great podcast the other day. Always encourage you guys, be learning, be studying, be listening, right? Learners are earners, readers are leaders, some great teachings and sayings on that. And I was listening to a podcast the other day and heard something that really struck me. And I'm always looking for things that are going to also stick with me. Not the sharpest tool in the shed. So I like when things are easy and memorable. Those are called memory hooks. So I encourage you in your own training and development, think about things that you can use as memory hooks to make it easier for you to remember and put things into practice. And the concept was this: think pets. Okay, and here's what pets are. We're not talking about, Fido or Fifi, the kitty cat. We're talking about phone, email, text, and social media. So it is an acronym for that. And the training that I heard the other day that I thought was really good was talking about building referral relationships. So we talk quite a bit here at Strategic about building a center of influence referral-based model. What does that mean? Well, simply put, because of the nature of the space that we're in, primarily doing home, auto, business, life, and health insurance, we are able to help a wide variety of people. And in fact, a lot of times a transaction will not be able to close without insurance, right? You can't buy a home that has a mortgage requirement without homeowners. Can't buy a commercial building that has a mortgage requirement without commercial. I can't own an automobile without proof of insurance in pretty much any state in the country, right? So there's a lot of times where you may have other professionals that need you and your services. And again, I really want to emphasize this up front because you want to put your mindset and your framework is you are a professional, you're a trusted advisor. That's what you really want to become, a trusted advisor, and you are needed, right? You are not just selling and pushing stuff, right? So the idea of building referral partnerships is always important. We're going to talk a little bit about realtors and mortgage brokers, but what I also liked about the training I heard, those are the easy ones. Those are the ones that most everyone thinks of just because of what I mentioned. But there's some really other great target markets that you can think about that we're going to share here in a minute, and some unique ideas that I really liked that I heard from a gentleman named Billy Williams, who's a really great thought leader in the insurance agency space. But this acronym PETS, so if we think about the majority of communication today, okay, occurs either via phone, like a real phone call, can you hear me now type thing. You're on the phone, you're talking to people. Email, text, and I would argue text is as important, as big as anything, and social media. And yes, I know there's a handful of other ways to contact and communicate with people, and certainly there's still mail, like real snail mail. Zoom has certainly gained a great popularity in the last several months, or video conferencing. But if we think about it, phone, email, text, and social media, and even just think about you and your day, okay? And even if we just take insurance off the table for a second here, I want you to think about how you communicate with your friends, your family, coworkers, wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, etc. What does that look like? I'm going to go out on a limb and say most of it is probably phone or text, people closest to you, perhaps email, especially if it's more of a professional relationship, and then social media as a variety of ways to engage with. So that acronym PETS can be really, really powerful when thinking about building referral relationships. And here's what I really liked about what Billy was saying. Especially as you're looking to either establish a new referral relationship or deepen a referral relationship that you already have, we don't want to just email them every week or once a month, because then that will lose its luster. It will become, frankly, more spam than anything else. In other words, if I have a referral partner and I say, okay, I'm going to be really disciplined, and once a month I'm going to just email them. Hey, how you doing? Do you have any leads? Anything I can help you with, right? Well, it's going to lose, again, some of that engagement. But if, let's say, 1 month I call them, hey, just checking in with you, John. How are you doing? How's business going? Anybody you need help with, I'm happy to help with their insurance needs. A little conversation, small talk from there. And then maybe the next month you shoot them a text message. And again, the content can be very similar. Hey, how are you doing? What's going on in your world? How can I help you? Then the next month, maybe they do get the email from you. Maybe the next month they get On social media where you maybe send them a direct message. Again, what you're doing is you're creating some variety, and inherently people like variety. So I really want to encourage you guys to think about that. I would also add to this, never remove the fact that in person is always you're going to be your highest and best and most effective way to communicate with anyone, right? Like even right now, whoever's watching and listening to this, that's great that you're listening to me and hopefully learning and getting some teaching from this. And on this video, because my web camera right now is broken, you can't see me, but you can hear me, you can hear my screen. But right now you may be also on email, you may be texting, you may be doing something else. I am well aware of that, okay? When you're one-to-one with someone face-to-face, the level of connectivity and contact becomes so much higher. And again, right now we're, hopefully we're coming out of this kind of COVID-19 craziness, but I hope people don't lose that they don't lose the importance of, I want to take you out to lunch. Let's go grab a cup of coffee. Let's go play golf. Let's go, you fill in the blank on something you may like to do, right? Inherently, sales should be fun, okay? So that's the other caveat with all this. While pets is great, don't also forget about the impact of in-person, okay? So kind of moving on into this, and we talk about referral relationships, and again, we kind of want to take the air out of the balloon, especially in our industry, and we've talked for so long that, realtors and mortgage brokers are often can be great referral partners. I would also say on that note, in my opinion, mortgage brokers can be even better than realtors because every mortgage needs homeowners insurance, even if it's a refinance. So think about that. There's a lot of times where people maybe are dealing with a mortgage broker or a banker. They're not moving, but they may be refinancing to get a lower interest rate. That's going on a lot right now because interest rates are literally all-time lows, 80-year lows or something like that. But as a part of that mortgage closing, if they're switching from one bank to another, because of the refinance, they're going to need insurance. With realtors, traditionally it's going to be the buy-side realtor that would be the one that would potentially have the referral saying, hey, my client needs help with homeowners insurance. The sell-side realtor doesn't really care about that. They're offloading the property, so they're not going to be as engaged in that. So if you think about it, you kind of cut your leads in half a little bit with realtors, depending on how active they are on the buy side. Excuse me. All that to say, and I've said this for quite some time, and I thought it was interesting because, again, this gentleman, Billy Williams, who will give him kudos for the training yesterday that I heard on a podcast, and again, industry leader, one of the top agencies in the country, like very, very well regarded, was saying, hands down, the best referral partnerships you can develop are with non-competing insurance agents. So I just put here, non-competing insurance agents are your best friends to pets. So having a little fun there with that, right? And again, phone, email, texts, social media. So why is this? Well, they already get insurance at some level. They already likely have clients that are coming to them or asking them for things that they may not be able to help them with. So for example, we do the lion's share of the business that we do here at Strategic Insurance is property and casualty. Home, business, auto, right? If we look, the big three, homeowners insurance, auto insurance, business insurance, okay? Well, a life and health agent, if they're only doing life and health, they're very likely at some point in the course of their year are going to have a client come to them or even a prospect and say, hey, can you help me with my homeowners? And what are they going to say? I'm sorry, I don't do that. Now you can insert yourself, build a relationship with them, and hopefully attain some of those leads. We also have a great professional sellers program, which is a way for you to show them how they can actually earn some money on the lead for the referral once they would get a license. And we'll do other videos and trainings on that. But so certainly life and health agents. And then if we think about property and casualty, which again, we're talking home, auto, commercial. If I'm a commercial specialist, well, I could work with people that specialize in personal lines insurance. I've done that historically over the years. Some of my best commercial lines clients, frankly, have come from relationships I have with other agents and agencies here locally who primarily focus on personal lines. They don't do commercial, okay? Or if I'm a personal lines agent, I could network with someone who focuses just on commercial lines. Again, you see how this works because insurance is so needed and it's so deep. There's so much of it that's bought it's very likely throughout the year the commercial lines agent at some point has his client say, hey, can you help me with my homeowners? Okay, or the personal lines agent says, hey, has a client say, hey, I own a business, can you help me with my business insurance? And then we also just put in here networking with captive insurance agents, State Farm, Allstate, USAA, Liberty Mutual, and some of those are call center based like USAA, Liberty Mutual, so it could be a little bit harder, but if you have a connection there, maybe you find somebody on LinkedIn, maybe you have somebody in your family, maybe you know someone that works there. There's tons of them out there. Again, could be another great connection for you. Very much locally, you can go pretty much anywhere in the country. And likely in your town, you're going to see probably 5 to 10 State Farm and Allstates. You can look them up online. You can do a radius around where you live. And then you can create a strategy to contact them, whether that's phone, email, text, or social media, and start connecting with them. We just developed a new relationship with a State Farm person just the other week, and they've already sent the agency, I think, 5 referrals. Okay? So this stuff works. You have to work it, but it works. Okay, real estate attorneys. Real estate attorneys, and the point this gentleman was making, this Billy Williams, his wife's an attorney, and he was even saying how few people call on attorneys from the insurance business. I think that's probably pretty true. I don't know how many people are actively really trying to say, I'm going to build a bench of real estate attorneys that I'm going to contact and build relationships with for insurance. And again, what you want to do here is you want to try and do things that are a little bit different that not everyone else is doing. Again, there's a lot of people in our industry that are chasing realtors and mortgage brokers, no doubt. Okay? There's not as many people probably going after non-competing insurance agents, going after real estate attorneys. Relocation specialists was another one. Think about this. There are companies and individuals and realtors that specialize in relocating. So what could that look like? Well, for example, and depending on where you're watching in the country, here locally in the Tampa Bay area, Amazon's making a huge push here. I mean, they're buying all kinds of land and warehouses and all this, and the workforce they're going to be bringing in is going to be tremendous. Well, there are going to be companies engaged and involved in helping people that are going to be relocating from another part of the country to Tampa. So think about what's involved when you move, especially when you do a big move. I mean, just in general when you move, right? I could move down the block, and I've got to do a lot of things. But when I move state lines, again, all kinds of stuff. I need to establish new homeowners, new auto insurance. You could find them on LinkedIn. You could Google them. I did this yesterday myself, putting this into practice, looked up a relocation specialist, found their info online. It was an info at, blah, 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 whatever. And I just emailed them and said, hey, we're a top agency. We're licensed in 19 states. Here's why we're different. We'd love an opportunity to help you and your clients. Now, I don't know if I'm going to hear back from them, but I'm at least starting the conversation. I'm putting it out there. And then really what would be the follow-up and making sure we're doing that a few times. Property managers. Again, property managers can be great contact points. And there's both personal and commercial lines property managers. Think about, you may have a real estate investor who maybe has, let's say, 5 to 10 rentals, and there's a property manager helping that investor with those. Okay? Certainly on the commercial lines end, you could have property managers that are managing commercial strip centers, that are managing apartment complexes, that are managing condominium associations. Tremendous resources for you. And then we talked a little earlier, again, realtors, mortgage brokers. The other ones that can be very big and effective are financial advisors and CPAs. Again, these are people that are usually actively engaged with their clients, making financial recommendations. And they all need help with insurance. How and who are you contacting to engage with these people? I know of one gentleman in the industry who built a huge book of business specializing in high-value homes, where that was his focus market, and he did it by going online and networking online via LinkedIn with financial advisors. His goal every day at 7:30 a.m. was going online and connecting with at least 5 financial advisors. That's how he built his whole book, just like that. Took discipline, took time, took energy, took effort. By the way, on all of this, I haven't said it takes any money. It's one of the beauties of our business. It doesn't take a lot of money. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of discipline, all good stuff. Frankly, I love John Maxwell says the good stuff lies uphill. That's probably true for a lot of things in life. And then here was the last thing, and I thought this was really unique. Here's an idea, and it's kind of a play on this. It's not really a referral partner, but I'm kind of putting it in the sense because you're working with another business to generate referrals, right? So this gentleman was saying he has a process in place where he goes to a Chuck E. Cheese or a kid's birthday place and says, I want to do a $100 birthday scholarship. Now, this is very important. We want to think about this. Legally, we can't do more than $25 referral fee or kind of gift card for a client. But if we do a scholarship, there's no issue with that. Okay, so in essence, we're doing a donation to help someone perhaps have a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe they can't afford the full birthday party, right? Maybe you're a family, you're in on one birthday and you see a little box. The idea is he has a little box, enter your name, phone, email. We do monthly drawings. He then videos the drawing. He videos the interaction with the family he's giving the money to. He really generates some buzz from it. By the way, and this gentleman's in Texas, he gets about 200 leads a week off of this. So think about this. Now, and again, I know right now with COVID, some things are in flux. So we're talking historically, traditionally on this, and these things will come back. Perhaps it's a bouncy house. Perhaps it's a trampoline place. Think about areas where families are going and going regularly, right? You could put a little box in there. You could have a little sign-up sheet, name, email, phone, right? Address for the giveaway. I will even help underwrite the cost with you. I'll split the cost of it with you, okay? And then imagine what it would look like if you had 200 leads a week. And there are 200 people that you just have an opportunity to call and say, hey, you dropped your info in the box. Thanks for, doing that. If they won, obviously, hey, congrats, you're the winner. If they didn't win, you didn't win, but I just wanted to reach out and tell you we specialize in home and auto insurance. Would love an opportunity, maybe see if we can help lower your costs. Right? Just right there. So I really hope this video added some value to you guys. I want you to think about this as you're working and building referral relationships. Think about pets. Guys, as always, dream big and make it happen. Have a great day.